your career took you through some radio stations, including you worked with the great Bobby Russell at WZON for a number of years.
Right, we did a morning show in the 80s, back when Z Morning Zoos were a thing. And so we had a show together. I did news. I worked at WABI first with George Hale. He gave me my first job in radio. Saw him on, tonight, which is wonderful. And
he's here a week early for his appearance next week.
I thought he seemed confused.
He just
he hugged me, and it was inappropriate. I can say that, as it always was,
Yeah,
but he was
like
my boss, and I let him hug me. No, George is a wonderful guy, and so we're going out after it again too. Anyway, George has just been a great supporter of all kinds of students that wanted to be in radio, and he was a great mentor to me.
Yeah.
And, for music and everything, And then I went over to ZON, and then later on I went to WMJ in Ellsworth. At that time it was WWMJ. And then I went back to the radio station, and I became a cop after
how did that happen? How did that transition from radio to police happen?
I think the hours were better, and they paid for my clothes.
Well,
and,
that's not too shabby.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. Just a uniform. I know what to wear every day, and I cut back on the, it was pre-pajamas going out era, the 80s. You still actually dressed for dinner.
You worked in you worked for the for Hampton Police Department first, right?
I did. Yeah, I was down there for 9 years.
Yeah.
And then I went to Bangor for the last 25.
So when did the whole Facebook piece start? Because that has become world renowned.
Well, it was a mistake, as most of the things I've done in my life. I was promoted to sergeant. I'd been a detective for 12 and a half years, and I thought maybe it was time to become something different. And although I kind of kick myself now, but I took the promotional exams, and I was selected as sergeant, and there were two jobs. One was PIO, Public Information Officer, that's what they call you. And then the other was midnight sergeant. So, I'm not an idiot. Most of the time I said, I'll do the PIO thing, that'll work, and it's daytime. So I took the job, and with the job came the updating of the Facebook page. So
when was this in the sort of the
2014.
Okay, so Facebook was
we had about 9,000 people following the page, and everybody had done a good job with it, but no one had done something different, and so I took over, and I found it to be tedious and boring, and I'm not a Facebook guy. I don't know. I didn't have an account at the time.
Yeah.
So I just asked the Chief Hathaway, who's still there, can I just spice it up a bit? So I did, and he said no politics, no religion, which is the standard. You always say that. No matter what anybody asks you, you say no politics, no religion, right? So that's what we did, and started writing, and it got picked up on some national fronts. NPR picked up a piece I did on the 4th of July, and we started growing by 7,000 people a week.
Wow.
That's when Facebook would let you grow.
Yeah.
Facebook is different now. I wasn't trying to do anything special, honestly. I just wanted it to be funny and something I'd want to read. And so it grew and grew and grew and grew. And then, some of the national outlets, like Washington Post did a story on us, and People, and the Boston media picked up, and some people at NPR picked up, and that really got it flowing a lot. And so that just kind of took off, and people expected me to keep writing, and I did.
Yeah, and the listeners of NPR, I found, loved their comedy. So
they love to laugh, and they love to be vegans. But and they'll tell you they're vegans. But anyway.